So I would probably have like lost myself, like reflecting too much. On the other, yeah, like you get tunnel vision, but I would just reflect too much, see too many opportunities, and don't act on anything.
Mm.
So that's why it's really a balance. I'm sure, like people watching this are probably feeling lost and don't know where to start, and are in that situation. So this really helps to set intentions clearly, like to avoid the pitfalls.
Mm.
So how did you push through? What was your rituals? Like how did you make it for 2 years? It lasted 2 years.
2 years. Just try to meet as many people as I could. Show myself in the best light possible. So when I'd meet people, I'd be really, I'm joyful and everything, but I would really like be the image of my restaurant. So like I would be fit, I would go to the gym, I'd just be always smiling. I would another thing is I had a really pink helmet. Now in Bali, you see pink motorbikes and pink helmets everywhere. But before, no. And I was thinking, if somebody sees my pink helmet, they would say, oh, it's Agus. Oh, I should go eat in his restaurant. So that was another tip. I would meet people. I would try everything, like everything. I made protein balls that I put in the gyms. I would change my menu. I would organize hikes, and I would say, okay, we're gonna pack a picnic, so I'm gonna make the food for you guys, etc. Everything to meet people, because the thing was the community was so small that you could really make an impact by meeting the people themselves. And all of this I could do because my restaurant and the team behind me was absolutely top notch.
So the right people.
I got the right people.
And networking.
The right people and networking.
About connections, yeah.
Yeah.
As would say, what's his name again? 10X guy.
Mm-hmm. Grant Cardone?
Grant Cardone, yeah, thank you. So it's about connections. When he went to Undercover Billionaire, his strategy was connections. He went straight into, if you feel lost, like his thing was, so he was basically, some context. He was basically dropped off in a city in the US that he didn't know. He didn't know anyone. He had like he had $100 in cash. He had a shitty truck and a phone, but with no contacts, right? So what he did is, his strategy was, first he went to the gym, tried to meet people because you meet people who want to develop themselves there. He was like, if that doesn't work, I'll go to the library. Same thing. And he mentioned another place, but I don't remember. Well, he went to the gym and he made connections with, like you would do that clearly. Like you would go to the gym and find the owner, right? And then that went up from there. So really, this is a really good strategy for people like you who are very social and action driven. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know this.
And how did you feel during that time? Like, what was your emotional state?
Oh yeah. It was not anger. Like I was pissed off at the situation. I was a lot pissed off. Like, I was like, F you to the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, also there was always context, like, yeah, I'm still doing good. I don't like Belgium. And I was like, I am blessed to not be in Belgium. So deep inside, I was super happy, but I was pissed off at the situation. And that was just fueling my energy levels. I was just fueling myself
up. Of anger.
Yeah. I would listen to David Goggins, for example. Mm-hmm. So that would be like, David Goggins is not gonna sing you a lullaby for you to go through what you're going through. That's the thing.
I can see him though.
That is how I operate. Now, sometimes it's not correct. For example, if there was another universe where I canceled my restaurant straight away, started a new business, maybe I'd be in a very different situation, or maybe not. I don't think it was a bad move because today I think I learned so much that permits me to open more businesses and be more smart about business. But um, for example, you would have been in the same situation as me. Maybe you would have approached the problem in another way
For
and
sure.
started a new business, for example.
Well, for sure, it would have been a different approach. But I don't know if I would have done better. I think your approach was necessary at that time.
Interesting.
I mean, you got out of it.
Yeah, I still have my restaurant. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Another thing.
during COVID, I mean,
Another thing is.
yeah,
Another thing is, I was doing it alone. I did 100% everything I did was alone. And this year, what I learned with you is that stop doing it alone because two brains is better than one brain.
Yeah.
And at some point, in the beginning, you were talking about outsourcing, delegating. Sometimes when we work together, I feel I outsource a problem that I cannot fix to you, and you vice versa.
Yeah.
You outsource an issue that you cannot fix to me. And it's just so much more productive.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I really learned this year.
Yeah. Just it's not so much that we're outsourcing, but that we're asking for another eye
Point of view.
point of view. Yeah. And since we're very different but complementary, this is very powerful.
But for me, it's like outsourcing. Like,
Okay, so
yeah,
pay me that.
like literally, I think
podcast for
this
free, man.
like this problem, I can't. It's gonna take me much more time to fix it,
Yeah.
and then I'll say it to you, and you'll be like, bang, 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 bang. Oh, it's like it's such a relief. A task less to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes the same for you. I feel like not that you're outsourcing, but I feel like, oh, like when you'll tell me an issue an issue, and I just go da 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 da, and then you go, oh yeah, okay. I think, ooh, I solved a problem that would have taken way longer
Yeah.
in your head to solve because I attack it from this angle, and
Yeah.
you were stuck on this angle,
Yeah,
just like me.
exactly. Yeah, true. And sometimes it's also I realize sometimes, like finding the studio, for example. Originally, I wanted to do it in a cafe with a view of the rice fields, and you were like trying on a podcast, like a podcast studio, and we went to here, the studio. So we have a rice field view right here, on my left, and yeah, it was perfect. Unfortunately, we can't use it, but we added the plants and everything. But this is way better than it would have been. Like the quality of it, was way better than we would have been in a cafe, and that all stemmed from you planting the seed. Like maybe you should do that. And then I was like, yeah, but that's not my vision. And then it grew from here. And it was not the only instance of that. Yeah. So thank you, man. Is there something you want to add to that? No. That's
No.
okay. How do you handle those moments where you're still human, right? Are you human?
I'm a superhuman.
Okay. Are you Terminator by any chance? Okay, good. So how do you handle? Obviously, sometimes your energy dips. So how do you handle that? How do you handle like for our audience, for your audience as well? How do you, like, what do you teach? Like how do you do when your energy dips? Because it happens to everyone, and and you just lose your motivation, right? How do you?
What do you mean by energy dips? Because lose motivation, I never had it.
You never lost motivation.
Never.
Why?
Because the goal is still there. So if anything, I don't lose motivation. I lose momentum.
Okay.
I never lose motivation.
I think for most people, it's the opposite, right? It's the reverse. They lose motivation, but they're still going because of momentum. No?
I don't know. I've never, ever, ever, ever. Oh, wait. Yeah, I did lose motivation when I was in Belgium. So I live in Bali, but I went back to Belgium at one point, and something happened where, okay, COVID stopped, my restaurant started picking back up, but I put 2 years in that restaurant, 2.5. Um, I put everything in that restaurant, and I wasn't gonna be, in quotes, financially rich from that endeavor. So I went back to Belgium. I launched another business, which was online fitness, and that wasn't picking up either. And then also I was in Belgium, so like three things that I didn't like. Some things happened in my personal life, four things I didn't like, and a little bit more. And I was like, I'm back in my parents' house in Belgium.